everybody? This is Just Fresh.
And this is Monty Bush.
Welcome to episode 17, baby! Jabroni Bros Wrestling Podcast. We are back with another hot episode for y'all. Man, it has been one hell of a week in wrestling. Bush, how are you doing, my brother?
I'm great, man. I'm happy to be here. Episode 17.
Some said we wouldn't even make it to episode 7. We at 17, baby. Almost at the big 2-0.
Yeah, we're right there. Right there.
Beautiful
thing. How was your weekend?
Incredible week. Super busy. I've been having nonstop DJ gigs, and
that's a good problem.
Right? It's a good problem to have. I'm a little tired personally, but I'm off this sugar-free Red Bull, you know what I mean? Giving me wings.
I need that. Shouts to Sugar Free, the rapper. That's what's up.
One time for the one time. But yeah, everything's been good, man. I am super excited about all the news that we've been finding out. We announced over our Instagram about how AEW is combining with Cinemark or partnering with them for the Double or Nothing series.
Yes.
So they're doing the pay-per-views in the theaters. And we were like, if it's in Sacramento, we gotta go. Like, we're the Jabroni Bros. We are the Sacramento Wrestling Podcast. We gotta represent. Yeah. So we will be in the house at Century Doco next Sunday for episode 18.
Episode 18. Yeah.
And we want to do some live reactions from the fans in attendance. Yeah. Bush, what do you think about that, brother?
As soon as you told me it, I was like, we have to be there. And shout outs to everybody that hit us in our DMs that got at us and was, that bought their tickets.
Right.
Like, there's a lot of you guys that actually hit us up and bought tickets, and we can't wait to be in the same building, man. That's going to be dope.
Shout out our Jabroni fam. We appreciate y'all. And we were talking about, we want to get, we're going to be in row C. So if you're anywhere around there, we know there's going to be, restrictions. Certain seats are going to be blocked off or whatever. But, we the Jabroni Bros, bruh. So, I'm going to sneak in a little something, a little sip. You know what I mean? If you want a little, I'll pour it up for you if you're a real fan. But you got to make sure, in order to get that po up, I need you to like and subscribe to both me and Bush on IG.
Yeah, we're here.
We need them 5-star reviews on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you prefer to listen.
Please do. Please give us comments. Please put all that shit in there and like the page, all that good stuff. We're here. Shouts to anybody on Twitch.
Yes.
We can't wait to see you guys at the show, man. That's gonna be so dope.
It's gonna be super dope. We're gonna be in there talking shit. If you want to be a part of next week's episode, let's make it happen.
Yeah.
We want to include you guys in the video. We want to get some audio of you guys. We want to know what you thought directly of the pay-per-view and all that stuff, man. So if you want to be involved, shoot us a quick little DM saying, let's do this, and we'll coordinate a way to make this happen. Yeah, we want to do a little meetup, maybe before the show.
Yes.
And maybe grab some food or something and take some pictures, represent. So if you're a part of the Jabroni fam, let's make this happen.
Yeah, we'll be in the building. You guys will be in the building, so let's try to, coordinate that. That'll be tight.
Speaking of being in the building, we found out some great news. WWE will be returning to touring starting July 16th with their first show being in Houston for Friday Night SmackDown.
That's going to be a very, very interesting show. It's going to be a banger show. I expect a lot of surprise guests popping in there. Probably Cena.
Say it.
I got to see John Cena in there. I would like to see a John Cena turn.
Ooh.
A heel turn at that one. That would be... that'd set it off.
And to think about it, following that, it's going to be the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. So it's going to be Friday Night SmackDown, and then the following Sunday in Fort Worth, Texas, they're going to have the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. So that'd be an excellent way to kick some things off. And, if you're looking for a big reaction, you might as well do it at Money in the Bank, baby.
I'm hyped for that because I've been waiting for Money in the Bank. This is actually one of my favorite pay-per-views of the year because I feel like when Money in the Bank is in the hand of somebody, you never know when they're going to cash in.
You never know. You got a belt, you got a problem.
When we saw the cash in from Seth Rollins live at WrestleMania, that was the greatest thing I'd ever seen at that time.
There's top moments in my wrestling fandom, and that will forever be top 5. I can easily say that's my number 1 wrestling fan moment. There is nothing that compares to being at WrestleMania 31.
Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, and then here comes freaking Seth Rollins
in the main event. No, like nobody's ever cashed in during a match either. Like
we saw that shit live.
The whole stadium going crazy. Like that was the brand new Levi Stadium too, so it was like lit too. Oh my gosh, yeah. But yeah,
Money in the Bank. Can't wait for that. Can't wait for that SmackDown. Hopefully we see some epic surprises. And what's up with the where's the next pay-per-view? That SummerSlam.
Yes. Okay, so y'all know me. And in case y'all don't know me yet, you need to know your boy is just fresh. I like to do things. I like to travel. I like to get out. I like to see new things. I was going to go to WrestleMania this past year, or this year, in when it was Tampa Bay, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I almost went, but I was like, nah, I'm not really feeling the card, this too much stuff wasn't lining up right. But SummerSlam, Las Vegas. It's supposed to be in the Allegiant Stadium where the Raiders play.
Now, see, that's going to be a very interesting thing. If you guys know, they're charging like $20,000 for nosebleed seats during Raider games, but
I didn't even think about that. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
Yeah, they're charging mad money at this stadium, but it is going to be a brand new stadium, like just like Levi Stadium was fairly new.
Same
you know
thing.
What I mean?
Yeah.
And it's going to be in Vegas.
Vegas, man, that is one of the best places in the world to travel to.
And it's going to be during the Pacquiao fight that week.
It's going to be a mega sports weekend. I was actually just about to touch on that. So Saturday night is going to be the Manny Pacquiao and Errol Spence Jr. fight. Mm-hmm. So we got boxing on Saturday and then SummerSlam on Sunday. That's going to be a mega event. There's going to be a ton of people in town, celebrities in town. I guarantee it. And what better way to kick off the show of the summer, SummerSlam, than at something like that. And SummerSlam, what's dope about SummerSlam, there's always something big that happens. This past year, that was when Roman Reigns turned.
Yeah, and
you'll never see it coming. That was the whole tagline.
And Monty Bush will be performing for that Friday night.
Yo, we are hustlers, baby. So while we out there, we got to make some connections. My dude Bush, in case y'all ain't know, he's a Vegas.
Alumni, a Vegas alumni.
He's from Sacramento, but he has deep roots in Vegas. So
definitely.
While we're gonna be out there for the pay-per-view, he's gonna be out there performing as well. So
yes,
what I mean. So Jabroni Bros are planning on being in the house for
that week,
for the whole weekend, and we're trying to make a little trip out of it, man. Like,
that's gonna be crazy.
We've been locked in, so let's have some fun.
Yeah. No, that's gonna be dope, man. I'm excited. That just got me excited right now. Like,
yeah, man. For real. And again, if you're one of our fans that maybe will be traveling out to SummerSlam, let's link up there too. Let's do this shit. Like, this is what we do. This is our podcast. We live this wrestling lifestyle. If you listening to this podcast, you most likely listen to that wrestling lifestyle, or you live it, or you just like listening to my voice.
I could taste the Jack and Coke right now. I am envisioning this shit.
I think that's the Duce that you had from earlier still on your team.
Facts.
Oh, man. So, everybody this week was up in a roar about what happened at WrestleMania Backlash with the whole zombie incident and the whole tie-in that they had with the Army of the Dead movie, the David Bautista movie that was released on Netflix. But we found out that Miz was actually injured during that match. They said he tore his ACL.
That makes me stretch my knee as we speak, because I understand what a torn ACL is about. I understand the process and the mental shit that you go through. There's nothing I can. You just have to be a part of that, and you don't really want to be a part of that. It's tough, man. And for him to have torn his ACL. His first major injury, right? Major surgery.
So Miz has been wrestling, I want to say, like at least 15 years now.
Yeah, and he hasn't.
No major surgeries.
Iron Man.
He hasn't hurt anybody.
Nope.
And he doesn't get hurt because he wrestles a very safe style. People say he's very boring. Daniel Bryan always called him out for being super boring in the ring, but he's like, yo, I'm not an indie guy. Like, I literally come from WWE. I'm just here to make sure I put on a good, safe match. That was always Miz's perspective. So he's been called boring at times. And I remember, actually, shout out to my boy Alvin. When we saw him at a live show, it was Miz, and he was a heel at that time. And Alvin was trolling him hard. He kept on yelling out, same old shit to Miz. And Miz got pissed in the crowd, pointed out Alvin, and Miz picked up whoever he was wrestling. He picked him up for a powerbomb. And then he did a slingshot powerbomb. And this is before he was doing this. He does this now in his moveset, but this is before he was doing it on TV. He did this at a house show in Sacramento. And he did a slingshot powerbomb and looked back at Alvin and said, same old shit, huh? same old shit. It was great, dude. Like so shout out to Miz, dude. Like, you are incredibly talented, and I know I riff on you here and there, but
I feel horrible that it happened during this dumbass match.
But it's like, to me, it's like, yo, WWE, is it worth it? So what I found out, Nick Khan, who is one of the executives in WWE, he negotiated a 7-figure deal for this whole tie-in.
Right. So how much did Miz get? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How much did Miz get for that injury?
That part. Because 7 figures can mean, anywhere from that's over $100,000. You know what I mean? Like, that's big money.
You know? That'd be worth it. You know what I mean? Because not, like, yo, he's going to be walking a little awkward for like a good 9 months, man.
Yeah.
It ain't going to be, you thought he was wrestling safe before? Yo, when you tear your ACL, I'm telling you, look at Derrick Rose.
Right?
Changed
his life forever.
Yeah, it changed his life forever, dude. Like, I really, really have sympathy for people that do that and have to have surgery on that particular part of your body, dude. Like, I get it. Like,
he lived it.
Yeah, and I understand it. So, like, I have nothing but respect for Miz. I feel like, yo, man, he tore his freaking ACL in the middle of a damn zombie match. No wonder why that guy was just laying there in the middle of the ring, letting the zombies, quote unquote, tear him apart. My man couldn't even move, really. Yeah. He was just laying there like, fuck me, dude.
And apparently it was from a spot where I think Priest did a flip on him and he just landed awkwardly on him. So freak accident, it happens in wrestling.
Yeah.
But was it worth it? Now, everybody was in an uproar this week, and they say, like, any press is good press, and everybody in the wrestling community was talking about, oh, this zombie shit, like what is this shit? Like, and it's like, yo, if you're a longtime fan, wrestling has gone through waves of this type of bullshit for
all
a while.
The time.
Do you guys not remember RoboCop?
Oh yeah.
Do you not remember the Gobbledygooker?
The Gobbledygooker.
Like, come on, man. Like we had a damn Yeti in WCW. We had Sub-Zero. Like, come on, man. Like, you guys. Like,
no. There's definitely been a lot of gimmicks that were trash in the past.
Yo, in Lucha Underground, people came from the future, the past, people died. Like come on. Yo, it's wrestling.
It is wrestling.
It's wrestling, bro. Like get over it.
Like I said, though, I always thought, when I saw this match, I didn't think, what a trash match. I just thought, oh, this is for the video game.
Yeah.
This is for the video game. This is for the video game. Because it'll be a match in the video game for your storyline somewhere down the line, and you'll be like, yo, this is dope. So I get that part. I just hated the fact that
it'll be a straight Halloween DLC pack for WWE 2K23 or 22, whatever the hell it is that's coming up next. But actually, let's talk about how effective that the marketing was, because that actual movie, The Army of the Dead, that came out this past Friday on Netflix. And yo, I sat and I watched it because of so much of so first off, I knew nothing about this movie. I knew nothing about it until I watched WrestleMania Backlash, and zombies.
Yeah, and zombies just popped up out of nowhere on the screen, like, oh, it's a movie trailer.
So from that, I was like, okay, Batista's in a movie. Let me check it out. And I saw it's directed by Zack Snyder. That's the same person that did the Justice League Zack Snyder cut, of course, the better of the two. And I was like, okay, let me give this a shot. So I sat there and I watched it this Friday night with my family, and yo, far exceeded expectations. Batista was great in there. The storyline itself, it kind of it's a zombie movie, so don't expect nothing too heavy. But it's like, watch it, just straight up. I mean, it's on Netflix, everybody has it. But if you watch it, you'll see what I mean. Like, it's kind of good.
I'll watch it on my spare time when the wife ain't home.
It's a cool 2 hours or so. But there was plenty of times where my fiance and I were watching it. It was like, yo, I forgot Batista was a wrestler. Like, it's good. Okay. It's good. Like, so
good for Batista, man.
Yeah, that's the Just Fresh stamp. But yeah, man. Why don't we get into some other news this week, man? Let's talk about those releases that we found out in NXT, with the biggest disappointment being Velveteen Dream, man.
Velveteen Dream, bro.
So we were just talking last week how he was backstage at Raw.
Right. He was backstage at Raw, probably there for some other shit. Probably there to talk about
on some HR shit.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
I didn't even think about that.
He was there for some HR shit. Like, yo, we need to talk to you. Yeah, it just happened to be during Raw. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
it is what it is, dude. He's gone.
Along with him, it was Alexander Wolf from Imperium, which we saw him. He lost that match on NXT this past week, and they just kicked his ass out.
Yo, that was crazy.
Yeah. Jessamine Duke, who was a part of the 4 horsewomen of MMA, along with Ronda Rousey and Marina Shafir.
Well, that's gone now.
Vanessa Bourne, who she was drafted actually to SmackDown with Chelsea Green, and she just never showed up on the show. So I don't know what happened with her.
Right.
And then Ezra Judge and Drake Wuertz, the NXT referee. Now we're going to get into them in just a minute, but let's dig a little bit more into this Velveteen Dream situation, man, because
he had the world at his fingertips and he blew it. And even though they did an internal investigation, they didn't find anything, and yet he still got let go.
There's a ton of different layers to this, because now
you're a fan.
I'm a huge fan.
Yeah, you were a fan.
So let's. I'm gonna take the bias out of it. I'm gonna talk completely as just like, hey man, as a human being. Okay. Never is it cool to groom children.
Ever.
Never. On any, I don't care what you say, oh, it's Florida. It's not fucking cool, dude. So as a man, as a parent,
it's trash.
Terrible decision. This is wrestling, I get it.
You're
still human at the end of the day, whatever.
Disgusting.
Okay, it's fucking gross. You had all the talent. You had the co-signed by John Cena. You're in NXT, where it's literally like your playground. You came from Tough Enough, where that gave you national exposure. You have one of the dopest gimmicks in wrestling in regards to a modern day Prince, kind of Jimi Hendrix, kind of Freddie Mercury-ish, and the world is at your finger. What I loved about Velveteen Dream was that he was always in kayfabe. He never broke character. Right. If you see him do interviews, if you try and get him at a convention or something to talk to him, the dude is 100% committed to the character. He never breaks it. People say he's an asshole behind the scenes because of so, but he is the Dream. That's his shit. In ring, smooth as fuck. Innovative offense. Oozed charisma.
Yep.
Every person that he had matches with, look up his takeover matches that he had in NXT. It is so fucking disappointing to find out this news because, dude, you had the world at your fingertips. You chose to be a fucking creep, and that fucked up your life.
Yeah, man. I don't even know where he goes from here. I don't know what happens from here. I don't know what he's gonna do. I don't know if any other federation or whatever league will touch.
AEW ain't gonna touch that shit.
You know what I mean?
AEW got rid of people that were involved in the whole speaking out movement last year. They're not gonna touch that.
No, I don't think so either.
I don't know where he can go. Is it gonna be Impact? Is he gonna go Ring of Honor? Is he gonna go to Japan? Is he gonna go Mexico?
Is he gonna go work somewhere else, like an actual 9-to-5 job? Because
yeah, but you know what? Okay, so here's the other point of this. Is it really that fair that yes, this happened, but at the same time, Riddle was accused of things, and there's actually a trial going on. He was accused of forcefully making a woman give him or perform oral sex on him in the back of a van as they were going to an Evolve event. So that's literally something that's going on right now. And yet we see him on Monday Night Raw thriving. And y'all know I'm Team Bro. But at the same time, is there a racial dynamic to this? Is there a whole, a fan base of people that are willing to forgive Riddle and move on, even though there's literally a case going on with him? Velveteen Dream, who was accused of something,
and they didn't find
they did a whole investigation, didn't find shit, but because he's a problem or
a jerk behind the scenes,
it's a bad look, and he's this flamboyant black dude, let's get him out of here. What I think is going to happen, and it's and you have to really look at these things, because look at what they're doing with Hogan, and you know how we feel about Hogan.
You know how we feel.
They put him off TV for a cool 2.5 years, let him cool down, and then we'll slowly bring him back, and we'll just test the temperature. Okay. Oh, people are still receptive to him. Okay, cool. Now he's going to be the host of a WrestleMania. You know what I mean? So it's
things might. One thing's for sure that I know about wrestling with WWE, you never know what's going to happen. And, we just got through watching the Shawn Michaels documentary, and he did a lot of crazy shit to the point where,
Indeed.
He got fired the first time. He didn't even get a chance to get on, him and Marty Jannetty. They didn't get a chance to get on TV because of a barroom fight. you never know what's gonna happen. I mean, look at CM Punk's situation. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I mean, granted, Velveteen Dream's situation is way different than all that. But again, they did an internal investigation, didn't find anything. They still fired this dude. And they brought back Hogan 2 years after all that bullshit that he did.
Yeah.
So you never know what's gonna happen, man. I don't know.
I hope he can just lie low for a little bit, because I don't wish nothing on nobody to lose their jobs and shit. But
I would like to see a public apology.
Yeah, make it right somehow.
You know what I mean? Like
somehow
do something on your IG, say something about it. Apologize to who you need to apologize to, and do your thing.
Or lawyer up. Sorry, I know we got super serious for a minute, but it's like, yo, this is our podcast, man. We got to speak the real stuff, and I'm sure certain people will feel us on this. Certain people will feel opposite about us. And again, at us then. You know what I mean? I'm at JustFresh916, and feel free to debate, bro. Like I'm here for it.
Yeah, go ahead and at me, and I'm gonna block you.
So let's dig more on this scumbag Drake Wuertz, though, man.
Another piece of work, bro.
Let's really talk about this guy. So Fightful reported that Wuertz has had nuclear heat that he brought upon himself after he was warned by WWE about attending events without a mask. He said that there were several attempts for political plays where he tried to position himself in certain roles in the company, and the word was going around that he's willing to put heat on others in order to get what he wanted. Now, the big deal that we heard about was he almost got into a physical fight with Ezra Judge. Now, those unaware who Ezra Judge is, he's the big Nigerian brother that's in all the TikTok videos with Ricochet and Young Reggie.
Young Reggie.
He's an NXT guy. Huge dude, like great physique. He looks like, he'll tear your ass apart. But
and Wuertz wanted that smoke?
He wanted that smoke, dude, because we're finding out that this dude is a closet racist. During the NXT In Your House show, Triple H was giving a speech about Black Lives Matter, and Triple H talked about how in WWE we want everyone, all different races, all different religions are welcome. And once religions were mentioned, Drake Wuertz got up and aggressively gathered his stuff and left.
Yo, good. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Don't have him don't be a part of this shit. You know what I mean? Man. He's a problem. And
how about the safety factor?
Yeah, and you brought that up off air.
Yeah.
And yo, man, that makes total sense.
Yo,
dude.
These people depend on you. When you're doing something, people might not understand, but the referee, if somebody's hurt in the ring, they determine to call off a match. When we saw with Humberto Carrillo just a couple of weeks ago, you have to have someone that you can trust that is looking out for your best interest. But when you have someone that's who you found out who has a page on Parler and is a Proud Boy follower and is talking about QAnon stuff, bro,
you gotta go.
Get your ass out of here. Dispelled conspiracy theorists, yo, you gotta go. You're in here doing friggin' calls with the student council and shit, and crying on camera, with an NXT uniform on, yo, you are a bad look for the company. Get him out of here.
Yeah, you gotta go, bro. And hopefully nobody hires him. That's how I feel. I mean, Monty Bush 916, you can add me in my book.
So, man, speaking of moves, man, let's talk about AEW, man. AEW Dynamite will be moving to TBS starting January 2022. And they're actually going to be adding on a new 1-hour show called Rampage on Friday nights. And that's going to be from 10 to 11 p.m. following Friday Night SmackDown.
Okay, serious question.
Yes, sir.
Do you keep the TNT title?
Yeah. Here's why. They still plan on doing stuff on TNT. So they're still going to do quarterly, special event pay-per-view type of things, kind of like how they had, the Blood and Guts thing or Bash at the Beach, how they do little things like that. So they're still going to be doing 4 of those a year on TNT.
Got it.
But
okay, I was confused by all this because I'm like, what the hell's going on? Now I get it. You just broke it down. That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
Jabroni Bros Wrestling Podcast.
We got y'all. So pretty much what happened was Tony Khan, he was offered a 3rd hour of Dynamite. And he was like, you know what, honestly, nobody wants to see a 3-hour wrestling show. Shots fired at Raw, but it's real shit. Nobody wants to sit and watch a 3-hour wrestling show every single week. So he was like, yo, instead of that, how about we just do a secondary night? And I kind of like the idea of just doing if you're already watching SmackDown, here's 1 more hour of TV if you want it. Because it happens, sometimes you're home on a Friday night and you got nothing to do, or you're just with the family and you're just like, hey.
Perfect for all the AEW dark stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But they said this is actually going to be serious show. So this is going to be, they're going to have serious storylines. So it's just as important as Dynamite. So Dark and Dark Elevation and anything else like that, those shows are still going to be like very much so secondary.
So much wrestling coming out of AEW.
There's a lot, but they have this huge roster and there's such this new product that they have to push it.
That's
so
crazy.
It's like, I get it. And
it's cool with me. Don't get me wrong. I mean, whatever. Like, bring it on. You know what I mean? It's just another IG page I'm going to add. Like, perfect for me. I'm all right with it.
Yeah, man. And it's kind of cool, man, because there's been such crossover with Impact Wrestling that AEW's been doing. And
New Japan.
Yeah, well, pretty much with everything, man. And but specifically with Impact Wrestling, I wanted to talk more about Don Callis and his role because we found out that he's no longer an executive at Impact Wrestling. So this is kind of a big deal because he was a big part of the whole crossover, the opening of the Forbidden Door with him being both on AEW and Impact. Now he's out of that position, and we're going to see moving forward him just more associated with Kenny Omega.
That kind of... as long as he's not on the mic. I can't stand it when that fool's on the mic. I'm not a fan, but
he is the Paul Heyman to Roman Reigns's.
He's Paul Heyman Flavor Aid. Like
but that's Canadian Paul. You know, what do you expect? What's this all about? Are we going through this again?
Ordered Paul Heyman from Wish, and this is what you got. Like,
man.
But I mean, that sucks because he's not there with Impact. I didn't even know this until you mentioned it in the notes, and I'm like, yo, like, yeah.
I got the facts for y'all.
Yeah,
I mean, news
I
and
needed
rumors,
that.
I keep y'all up to date.
And I'll be on the net, so I'm surprised I didn't see this shit. But yeah, no, whatever. It sucks. I hope that Impact still is around to do some work. And we'll see what happens.
Now, you mentioned New Japan earlier, man. Did you hear the news about our boy Will Ospreay?
I did see this, and I was like, yo, this is horrible news.
So, another neck injury, man. We were just talking about Ricky Starks last week. Now, another one.
This is terrible, and he has the belt. I mean, we were just celebrating this dude.
Belt.
You know what I mean?
The belt.
Yeah. Not a belt, the belt.
Yeah, and it's very rare that you see someone who isn't Japanese holding the big IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. Like, yo, so he did it, and he had to give it up.
It says right here, there's no time limit. You know what I mean? We don't know when he's coming back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, this could be really...
It had to be vacated just straight up. It's like...
This is devastating.
Yeah. But, it's kind of similar to what happened with Shawn Michaels, though. And, how he had that certain point in his career where he had to, switch up and change his style. So why don't we talk more about the A&E biography series about Shawn Michaels and some of the things that we learned during that.
Me watching this shit, like, I saw how they're walking through the matches at the Performance Center.
Yeah.
And I really appreciated seeing that because I was just like, yo, that means they're really hands-on. They're there. They're talking to the wrestlers. They're really, like, giving them pointers and ideas in the ring.
Yeah.
And Shawn Michaels is literally that guy. Like,
I've been trying to tell y'all for years.
He's literally he's that guy. Like,
there really is a reason why he is the showstopper. I loved the story, or just finding out, like, okay, so this isn't anything new for any like fans. Shawn had like two stories to him.
Yep.
So he had his big stage where he was like the prima donna, the rocker, turning into the Attitude Era, DX, the sexy boy, the Sherry Martel, everything. Like, he was a jerk. But he was also one of the best performers ever.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like...
in ring, you ain't touching him.
Kind of like Kobe Bryant. Like, I'm from Sacramento. So those unaware, Sacramento and LA Lakers have a huge rivalry. And
I'll say Sacramento has a rivalry with the Lakers. I won't say the Lakers have a rivalry with Sac. I'm sorry, I can't do it, dude. I'm sorry.
If you're from Sacramento, you're making the same face of me. We haven't won shit in a long time.
Yo, I'm sorry. Anyways, please continue. That's all different.
I lost my train of thought because you touched a sensitive spot in Sacramento. God damn it. I don't know. I gotta drink my Red Bull to move on.
Yo, anyways, Shawn Michaels, this documentary is really good. Yeah, he is like the Kobe Bryant of wrestling.
So he's one of the greats, man. And now, okay, thank you for bringing that back. Now I'm rejuvenated.
Shouts to Kobe.
Okay, Shawn Michaels is super hated within the community.
Oh, yeah.
So kind of like, it's like you're either Team Brett, Team Shawn. I'm Team Shawn because I started becoming a super huge wrestling fan in 1997, around the Screwjob era. I love the whole DX shit. I've always loved tag team wrestling. So I already liked him as the Rockers. And then when he was like the man, he was doing shit with Mike Tyson and Steve Austin. Boom.
No, that was crazy. Boom. That part of the whole
Say less.
thing.
Like, I was solidified. Shawn Michaels is my number one guy for life. Okay. Now, finding out, like, people hated him. He had real backstage heat.
Undertaker did not like him.
Undertaker was going to whoop his ass.
Yeah. There was a couple of people that want... I mean, shit, he had his
also,
ass
Undertaker was going to beat up Brett if he didn't give the title with the Screwjob shit.
Yeah. Yo, why is Undertaker like that guy in the back? Like,
Yo, I mean, would you want those problems?
I mean, no. Of course
but he's Vince's boy, though, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, I kind of get it. You know, sometimes you just got to have that dude around. I mean, that's why he used to always keep the Briscoe, Jerry Briscoe and Pat Patterson around you, because Jerry Briscoe will whoop your ass. He old, but he'll hook you.
Yeah. Those are his goons.
Right? He kept the goons on deck. They might have been old goons, but yeah, I mean, you don't want them problems with them old ones. They keep the shooters on them.
Hey, man, hey, Joe Pesci got killed in Goodfellas.
Right?
From the goon, you know what I mean? An old goon.
But I love the parallels that we've seen and, the life-changing moments that he had when he actually, he stepped back, he stopped being the performer, and he started being the contributor. And we've seen how his life took a change for the better. He got off the drugs, not to go all pro like Christianity and all that stuff, but, it literally changed his life.
Hey, man, it changed his life and it helped him
and
out.
he needed that.
Yeah.
He needed that. I try not to be like overly religious with stuff, but some people, that's the shit that they need to change their life. So much respect to you. Ooh, damn, this damn Red Bull got me burping. It was great.
It was a great documentary.
Why don't we talk about Booker T's, man? I finally got to see it.
My favorite documentary so far.
I see why you said that. I see why you said that. Boy, was that a story.
Like, it's so unexpected because you look at the names. Like, Roddy Piper, Stone Cold, Shawn Michaels, Macho Man, Booker T. Wait, Booker T?
Yeah.
Like, it was like out of nowhere, like, okay.
You know what it is?
Okay, yeah, let's watch this,
I think people forgot how much of an impact that he had in WCW.
Booker T was that guy where he would be getting his ass whooped the entire match, come back and win.
Dude was a crazy babyface. And the whole raise the roof shit, I remember that.
Yeah.
That was at a time when I was living in Georgia too. Like, that raise the roof shit was huge. Like, Harlem Heat was already like huge. But when he went on his solo run, Booker T was that dude.
Yeah.
Fast forward, goes into WWE. Automatically off the bat, rivalry with Stone Cold.
Yeah.
Like, their whole price check on a jackass. Like, the supermarket brawl that they had. Classic.
Cracks the beer open. He looks up.
And then the whole King Booker. All that shit.
Brought his wife in.
Brought Queen Charmel with him.
Yeah.
And then the whole... King Booker is the funniest shit because when he started getting the accent,
yes,
and the pinkies up and everything, and he started talking with a British accent. But for those that don't remember, if you pissed off Booker T, his hood accent will come out
like that.
So 1 minute he's talking all proper like this, and he wait, hold up, son, hold up. You mean I gotta do this thing? It's a complete flip of the switch, man. I forgot how great of a performer that Booker T was, and that reminded me, and I'm so glad that I watched that one.
Booker T's story is insane. From the time he's a child, all the way up until he gets goes to prison, gets out, has this guy that he works for go ahead and put him through wrestling school, and then it takes off from there. That's just the short version. If you guys haven't seen it, please do. It's an amazing, amazing story. And Booker T, hats off to you, my guy. Like, it's a great documentary. I also saw something that they left out.
What's that?
On Twitter, where they were like, "Yo, they didn't put this Booker T moment in."
Oh,
but
yeah.
The TNA one.
Yes. Oh, I forgot about that. When he grabbed the mic and he was like, "Oh, Booker T's coming in for the kick. Oh.
Booker T's gonna kick him. Booker T's gonna kick him. He's gonna kick him in the teeth." He's saying this on live TV with a microphone in his hand. That's one of the greatest moments in wrestling. Like, that's one of my top five moments. He was at the desk took the microphone, went in the ring, and started talking about what he's gonna do to everybody. Classic.
Shit was great, man.
Booker T, man. Shout out to you, dude.
Yo, and what's great, actually, like to give Booker T his roses, dude. He didn't stop wrestling due to like injury or anything either.
No.
Like he can still go.
Yeah.
Like, and he's great on commentary. He's great doing like during all the pre-show stuff. Like
his podcast is pretty damn good.
Yeah, yo, respect to Booker T, man.
Yeah,
You're one of the
real.
greats,
Yeah.
like forever. I wanted to talk a little bit about the Dark Side of the Ring episode that we had, the Collision in Korea.
I'm gonna watch it tonight. I've had multiple people ask me already, have I seen this? And I can't wait. I heard that Hogan was like, oh, that one ain't gonna work for me, bro.
Oh yeah. No, so the plan was to give the general audience a summary of what the Collision in Korea was. Now, this was an event where Anthony Inoki, who is like one of the biggest figures in Japan.
Right.
They said he was like the Vince McMahon in Japan. So dude was a big deal. He was trying to do something that was like a PR event to kind of increase the peace or to kind of mend the fences between Japan and the political side of North Korea. Okay. So they're like, okay, so we're going to do this big event to kind of, just in good faith. And they're like, okay, well, I have these connections with wrestling in the United States, so like, let's make it happen. So first, they said the dude in North Korea, I can't remember who the president was at that time. He was like, okay, yeah, we want stars like Michael Jackson. And they're like, no, we can't do that.
We're not doing
but maybe we can get you Hulk Hogan. So they're like, okay, so let's see what we can do. Hulk Hogan, he initially says that he'll do it, but in typical Hogan fashion, he's like, that's not going to work for me, brother. Fuck Hogan. So it went to Ric Flair. So Ric Flair became like the main star that was there for representing WCW.
Wow.
And the thing that was the big selling point for the WCW wrestlers was that Muhammad Ali was there.
Oh, okay.
So they're like, okay, if Ali's there, it's going to be legit. It's this big, it's
Ali, man.
It's Ali,
It's
like
Ali,
straight
the
up.
greatest of all time.
But man, there was some shit that went down in Korea, bro. So I don't want to spoil the whole thing, but let me just put it this way: Bush hasn't seen it yet, so I'm not going to go into super detail.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
Shit's crazy out there. It's super, super communist. They see Americans as the devil out there, and all they know is propaganda. So literally, like, they don't have no freedom of speech. They probably can't even see this podcast out there. You know what I mean? Like it's mad, wild, mad, controlled out there. And I'm gonna let my man Bush watch. And
I appreciate that.
Yeah, because I don't want to spoil it. This is a good one.
I'm gonna watch it tonight, and I can't wait. Honestly, I'm very much looking forward to this, especially because I heard about Eric Bischoff going on his jog.
Yeah, he went on a morning jog. I'm not even gonna go into details.
Yeah, that's all I've heard. Those are the two things I heard, and everything you just said right now, which now makes sense to me. So I'm ready for it.
Nice. Now let's get into Raw, man. Or just let's just give our general gist of things, man. So I've been thinking more and more, as we do this podcast, we've talked about it several times. We don't do match for match, only the things that we really care about. 3 hours of Raw is a lot to watch. So honestly, I just throw this shit on and I catch what I catch. And if you catch my attention, I rock with it. And you know what caught my attention? MVP and his great taste in women.
That a boy. That a boy.
Bobby Lashley had a championship celebration to celebrate his win at Backlash. And, MVP brought out them bad ones, Like, I gotta say, they gotta be like the finest chicks that I've seen in WWE in quite some time.
Good for him. We need more of that. It's been a while. We haven't seen Godfather on.
Yeah, man.
We haven't seen nothing like that in a while.
No Ho Train, so I'm
I know MVP had his moment. Or not MVP, I'm sorry. MJF had his moment on the other thing. Now we got some more stuff over here too. It was a great week. It was a
damn good week, man.
Good eye candy.
So some quick notes from Raw, what I was feeling. Angel Garza's getting a push, man. And I'm loving what they got going on with him. He's shoving roses in people's mouths and in their pants, so it's like kind of reminiscent of the whole $1 Million Man thing, putting the dollars in the mouth.
Yeah.
Ricochet and Sheamus, man, that was a dope match. Did you catch that at all?
I did not get to see the Ricochet Sheamus match. I did hear about it. I saw some stuff on Instagram.
Basically, great timing with the one another. Sheamus is on this level right now where he's like, he's he's hitting on all cylinders.
He's just Sheamus.
Like, it's just straight, like, you know.
Sheamus is dope, bro. Like,
yeah.
Sheamus is legit a dope
Boy, have you
character.
turned my... like, I was so low on Sheamus before, and this man has, like, ever since he came back from, like, he did, like, a couple movies, and he came back, dude's been on fire.
Yeah, no, Sheamus is a real player, man. He's no joke. He's a great heel.
Yeah.
Like, he's a great heel.
Very believable.
I love Sheamus as a heel, because I'm like, yo, he really makes you pissed off at times. And he'll sock you up. Sheamus will sock you up, man.
Another thing that I was kind of feeling was Kofi, man. Kofi Kingston, he pulled double duty. He beat both Randy Orton and Bobby Lashley in the same night.
And you know what? I got a lot of buzz online with the whole like Kofi Mania Part 2 type thing. People are like, yo, do you want to see it? Do you want to see it? And I'm not mad at it.
Now, my question for you, will Kofi be Lashley's next challenger at Hell in a Cell, or do you think that WWE is going to keep shoving Drew's ass down our throat? Like what's next?
That's a good question. I would like Kofi to be that. Drew, you lost clean at WrestleMania.
Back of the line, bro.
You just lost again. Like, you're done.
Yeah.
It's time to go. You beat Sheamus already to get to Lashley, and you lost. So like, you can't even really go back to Sheamus yet, can you?
He better click up with Sheamus. Like, I could see them going on a tag team run.
I see. This is where what's his name? Jinder Mahal needs to come in.
That's what's gonna happen. He's gonna feud with Jinder.
See,
he's gonna feud with Jinder. They have to build Jinder up to be that guy.
Yeah.
And now he's got his two huge Indian dudes behind him. Yo, it's gonna be him and Jinder.
Because what's gonna happen is Drew's gonna try to go for this title one more time, and then Jinder Mahal's gonna come in and interfere.
And Drew's a former WWE champion. Like, yo, he's a contender.
Yeah. So Drew, Jahinder, and they're old pals.
Yeah, that's all 3MB shit.
Yeah, so like it makes perfect sense. That makes sense to me.
How'd you feel about NXT this week?
I loved it, dude. I was really shocked by NXT.
Yo, I loved Hit Row. And
Hit Row is dope.
Yo, I'm instantly over on these guys. Like, yo, I'm feeling the music, I'm feeling the presence, I'm feeling the style, and I like everything that I'm seeing. Specifically, I'm loving this dude, Top Dollar AJ Francis. This dude's presence is dope. We've seen him on the Most Wanted Treasures, and now we're actually seeing him
big
perform
right?
in the ring.
6'5"?
Yeah.
6'5" guy?
So dude used to play, I believe, he used to play on the Giants, the New York Giants football team, and he already has his own phrase, the "Who's hotter than Top Dollar? Not nada." That shit is fire.
Yeah.
Like, he has this swagger to him, and the way I can already see him and Swerve doing shit.
He's getting a lot of TV time already, man.
Yo, he has this. You can tell with certain people. You heard how passionate I was about Velveteen Dream earlier because of that charisma. You can't create charisma. Some people either got it or they don't, and you can tell he's a super big fan from what you see on Most Wanted Treasures. How he interacts with everyone and the history behind things, and just to see him bring that character into wrestling on his own, and he can rap.
Can we see Imperium versus
Already?
Not yet. Not yet. Not.
Don't bust that nut yet, Hold it in for a little while longer.
I'm just saying.
Not on the first stroke.
I mean, I kind of feel like what they're going to do is they're going to put the tag titles on them. There's going to be internal turmoil type shit that's going to happen because this dude, like you said,
they got to give him a run. Give them
AJ Francis has to get a run.
Okay, so Swerve has got to have a singles title. I see AJ Francis. They're either going to position him and Ashanti the Adonis and keep them as a tag team, or him and Swerve are going to tag. I can already see that happening.
Yeah. These guys are going to end up. They're going to come to the main roster.
That dude is too big, just like Bronson Reed. Dudes are too big to stay on the main roster. And we're going to talk about Bronson Reed in
I was about to get to him.
We're about to get to it in a minute.
That's who AJ Francis was giving.
Nah, fuck it. We're going to talk about him right now.
Yeah,
let's talk about Bronson Reed. Yo, we got a new NXT North American champion in Bronson Reed. Big props to the big homie from New Zealand.
He reminded me a little bit of old school Tugboat. Like just his look with the mullet and everything.
Yeah, with the mullet. He gives me Bam Bam vibes.
Oh, yeah, for sure. This dude, yo... For him, Johnny Gargano, to do the moves he was doing and Bronson to sell him the way he was, bro, I was giving him props for that.
And he was dealing with Austin Theory the whole time.
Yeah, the whole time. It was a great match. Yo,
Good main event.
Yep. Perfect main event.
We'd be remiss if we did not talk about Cameron Grimes and Ted DiBiase again.
Cameron Grimes!
DiBiase made an appearance in person this time, man. He distracted Grimes for the win. And I talked about this on Twitter. I put it out there that my prediction is because there can be no physical payoff between Cameron Grimes and Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man, of course.
Right.
Unless Ted Jr. comes back to wrestle for him, I think that Ted's going to end up being his manager. And
why not?
I tweeted that out, and then I found out a little bit earlier, I was really reading on WrestleZone that they're talking about bringing the $1 Million Championship back. And I tweeted that if he can't be physical with them, he's going to be his manager, and that's going to be how they present the $1 Million Championship. And lo and behold, that's what's going to be happening.
Good.
Your boy's on point.
When you sent me that, you text me that.
Yeah.
And when I read it, I was like, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, I was like, wait, hold on.
That's perfect.
Old money versus new money. Let's do this shit. Like, it makes perfect sense. Like, you got the OG coming in who everybody knows. He's one of the biggest names, the biggest characters in wrestling, like from the 80s and 90s.
Look, you like money, I like money. Why don't we just put our money together and get more money?
Right?
That seems fair.
Shit, what did I call you earlier?
The $1,000 man.
The $1,000 man, Monty Bush over here.
Yeah, $1,000 man.
Until we get them numbers up.
Dollar baller.
Did you happen to check out the Legado del Fantasma match with Timothy Thatcher and Tommaso Ciampa?
I did not get to see this.
Thanks
Hulu.
Oh my gosh.
Thanks Hulu. You strike again.
God damn you, Hulu.
God damn you, Hulu. God damn it.
Long story short, it was a fire match. I encourage you guys to watch it if you didn't already. LDF did get the win, and we found out that in 2 weeks they're going to get a title shot against MSK.
Good. Can't wait.
Yeah, because those dudes magic in the ring.
Yeah, that's going to be great.
How about AEW?
You know what? I only saw highlights of AEW this week on Instagram. I didn't get a chance to really watch everything, but what I did see was really funny and really good. And it kind of answered my question on Christian Cage off the back, because last week when we did on episode 16, I was talking some shit.
Yeah.
And finally seeing Christian come out, it's like, all right, good, thank God. Like, what is this guy doing? Because you guys aren't using him. And,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Here he is.
So, Christian Cage, man, he had a match against Matt Sydal, and it was cool, man. But it was a very slow start to the show. And I've been saying this for a while that, like, since now we're in this era of where it's not NXT versus AEW, there's no Wednesday Night Wars per se. If you're starting off a show, you gotta pull me in. And I'm not pulled in on no slow shit. And yes, Raw is the perfect example of people that start off with some hella slow shit traditionally. It's usually like on some super long promo to start it off. But AEW started off with a bang. They give you more wrestling. But man,
I kind of felt like AEW this week was more to... AEW and NXT did a lot of like storytelling. Like it
was a setup.
Yeah,
it was a setup. It's basically story building to build for the pay-per-view.
That's how I felt.
The Anthony Ogogo shit. I didn't even put this in the news. I forgot to put that. We saw Anthony Ogogo and
Cody Rhodes?
No, Billy Gunn's son. Austin Gunn.
Okay.
Anthony Ogogo's busting fool's guts up.
Pause.
Yeah. Dude is a monster. I'm already loving what I'm seeing with him. We're seeing him and Cody Rhodes beef. Like, I can't wait for their match. We're going to get into our predictions in just a moment, but let's talk about some of the other things that we're really digging from that. Before we move from that Christian Cage moment, I wanted to talk about Ricky Starks. And it looks like he's back on camera, and they're not getting him physical because, of course, the neck injury that we referred to.
Right.
But, dude came out with some very Rock-like swagger.
Good.
And he was chilling, and like he has a certain presence to himself where I see him being like a major star for AEW for the next years to come.
We need more of that, because personally, I feel like MJF is the man.com.
Okay, so MJF solidified for sure.
Right.
Ricky Starks is black. It's harder. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's gonna be a minute before they like full out like put he's not gonna get the Darby treatment. He's not going to get the MJF treatment off back. It's going to take some time for them to like really let him simmer, but there's something special there with Ricky Stark. I see it.
Good. Because I'm waiting for it too because he actually is pretty.
Yo,
good.
dude is fly. He's got that Louisiana swagger to him, man. Like I like it. How about the Acclaimed versus John Moxley and Eddie Kingston, man?
So okay,
that was my favorite match on AEW.
I saw the things that I saw was
Platinum Max Caster.
Yes,
coming out.
Yes, talking that slick talk.
Yes,
Renee Young basically tweeted at him, and he got a lot of heat.
As he's a wrestler, he's a heel.
He got a lot of heat, but Tony Khan loved him. He said it was like one of the best promos.
It is. There were so many people talking about this. So those unaware, Platinum Max Caster, who has a gimmick of he's a rapper. So he comes out very similar to how John Cena used to do with the whole chain gang thing.
Yeah.
But he just, every time that he comes out, their theme song, it drops like an instrumental, and he does like an improvised. He spits a freestyle every week, and it's dope. And this week he said something about your wife's been hitting me up for some oral sessions, because that's the name of Renee Paquette, who's formerly Renee Young of WWE. That's her podcast name. It's called Oral Sessions. So he, did the sexual innuendo, and it was fucking great because you could see Moxley get pissed. You could see everybody in the crowd was like, oh, like they all caught the bar. And then Anthony Bowens, who is Platinum Max Caster's tag team partner, he's still doing the intro, and he's like, AEW, are you ready? Like for the Acclaim, and Moxley comes in and snuffs him immediately, and you could tell, bro, he threw some potatoes, like yo, Moxley took that personal. Yeah. You do not diss my wife, or you do not diss me by proxy of dissing my wife's podcast. Yeah. He took that shit personal. He took out some of that white rage and he whooped that ass, man.
White rage.
Yo.
White rage.
That Irish came out. You know what I mean? Like Eddie Kingston, he's Puerto Rican and Irish, and he definitely leaned into his Irish side. And it's like they both started whooping that ass, man. That shit was crazy.
Hey, if you want heat, man, there it is. You know what I mean? You talk about somebody's wife, it's a wrap.
And that's what everybody was talking about. Every podcast that I listened to for the following week, everybody was talking about that. I saw everybody on Twitter talking about. So, Max Caster, dude, you were pushing all the right buttons. He's another guy. That's another. Just like I said, Ricky Starks, Max Caster. Yeah. He doesn't even have to be a part of the Acclaimed. He can do a solo run. I already see it coming because he came from the same school as MJF.
See, this is where a lot of b-boying and wrestling come into play, where they blend in. You can lose a match. Mm-hmm. You can lose a round. And still, you can lose the whole event.
You can lose.
And you could still make a huge impact.
And that's what he did.
And that's exactly what he did.
People remember you.
Yep.
And that's the biggest deal.
Yep.
And that was dope. And we had hella people in our inbox on Jabroni Bros Pod, talking about that and how much they love that segment, man.
I saw what I saw, and I was just like, I need to watch that part. Because the only other part I saw was my man Eddie Kingston walking around with some shoes.
Yes. Yo! So, like I said, Eddie Kingston was leaning into that Irish side on that match. He leaned into that Puerto Rican side.
Yo, you went right back?
He went right back to the Puerto Rican, New York Rican, in the Varsity Blondes versus Young Bucks match. This was great. So, long story short, go watch the match. Like I always say with the Young Bucks, these dudes were on fire. Post-match, John Moxley, Eddie Kingston come out.
Still want smoke.
Still wanting the smoke. It's later announced that they're going to be, we predicted it last week that it's going to be Young Bucks versus Moxley and Kingston at Double or Nothing. Yeah. So, Eddie Kingston came and ran him for the shoes.
You want to keep showing these bad boys?
Yeah, you want to keep showing these Dior's, these Dior Jordans? Yeah. I love this because not only did he rob him of his Jordans, he took the socks.
Yo, give me the socks too.
Run them socks,
Run the socks.
Run them socks. You walking home barefoot tonight, bro.
Man, that's dirty.
That was perfect. That was total New York. That is total, like, if you grew up in the 2000s, you knew, or if you grew up in the 90s. You know, like straight up, you got some fresh J's. If somebody comes up to you and says, hey, what size you wear, bro?
Oh, when someone's asking you what size you wear, and they don't know you, it's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, no matter what you say, the answer is my size. No, don't answer. PSA, Don't answer that question.
Don't answer that question.
Either run
Yeah.
or get the hell out of there because you're about to get jumped. That's the gist of it. You're about to catch a knuckle sandwich.
And,
a South Sack beatdown.
And Eddie Kingston was here for it.
Yeah.
Okay, now I know why. Okay.
Yeah. So Bush didn't get to see it, but we're probably going to run it as soon as we're done with this podcast.
Yeah, I need to see that. I need to see that.
Why don't we get into our predictions for the show, man?
Okay, wait a minute. For
Double or Nothing.
For Double or Nothing.
Yeah, we got it right there.
Okay.
All right. So, we'll jump around a little bit. I don't want to go straight into the big match of the night. How about the TNT Championship? Miro versus Lance Archer. Lance Archer. I can't even talk.
Miro versus Lance Archer.
Yes, sir.
Ooh, I'm going to go with Miro.
Miro?
Yeah, I'll go with Miro.
I'm going to go with Miro myself. He just got the title. And you got a belt, you got a problem. He has the belt, and nobody wants those problems.
I think what happens is it sets up a three-way battle. I think there's going to be some type of interference or something that happens. And
Darby?
Yeah, it's going to be a three-way match eventually.
Okay, I'm here for that. How about Hangman Adam Page versus Brian Page? Or Brian Cage.
Brian Cage or Hangman Page?
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to go Brian Cage because he already beat him.
Okay.
He already beat him, and I think he can do it again. Hangman... Unless he has the Dark Order against him, Brian's just too much, bro. Brian's a brick wall, bro.
I could see that happening. Prediction-wise, I'm going to go with Hangman Page, but I could easily see Brian Cage being that guy that gets that win over him. Let's talk about Sting's return. His in-ring return. Like, not a cinematic match, an actual in-ring return. Darby Allin and Sting versus Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky.
This is a tough one. I'm gonna go with damn it.
It's hard.
I'm gonna go with
Pause.
I'm gonna go with Sting. Sting and Darby.
Darby and Sting?
Yeah.
Yo, I can't count you can't count out Darby and Sting, man. It's like it's too hard for me. So I too am going Darby and Sting for my prediction.
I can see them giving Scorpio a push or whatever.
Yeah.
But I could also see Scorpio backstabbing.
Well, how I see it is you have team babyface, as in modern day babyface and OG babyface. Sting is going to get physical. He's probably going to get beat up. But, like, what are they doing with Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page? Are they really going to position them?
Yeah,
like,
I don't know.
You know what I mean? And it's like, there's too much money in Darby and Sting right now, so I don't see them just taking that L.
Yeah.
So, logically, I'm going Darby and Sting.
Yeah.
How about Cody Rhodes versus Anthony Ogogo?
Anthony Ogogo. I feel like Cody Rhodes will put him over. Cody Rhodes is going to put him over. He's gonna take the... Cody Rhodes is the heel in this. Cody Rhodes
He's the American Dream.
Nah, he's the heel. I said it.
You want them mixed babies? That's the American Dream. That's what you get for saying that stupid shit.
Yeah, no, you're the heel now.
Oh, man.
At me, Monty Bush. Now,
Yo, I'm 100% all in for Anthony Ogogo. I think that he's going to win. It'll be some chicanery. Yes, I did say chicanery.
Chicanery.
I think it'll be some shenanigans of sorts. But yeah, I see not the Nightmare Factory, but QT Marshall and them coming in to help. But I want to see a quick, dominant win from Anthony Ogogo.
I think Anthony Ogogo.
This dude's going to be a problem. Yeah. He's their future star. They're for sure building.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the AEW Women's Championship. Hikaru Shida versus Dr. Britt Baker. DMD.
Look, I think Britt Baker's going to win, so I'm going to go with Britt.
Okay.
Shida, though, is dope. She really is. She hasn't had like that person to have a rivalry with.
I think her last good one was that she had with Nyla Rose.
Right.
But was that Rio? Maybe I'm
Maybe
confusing.
it's Rio.
I always confuse the two, and I really liked Rio.
I love Rio.
Yeah, she's dope.
But Shida is really polished, man. She's like super polished.
She's really good.
She's really good. And Britt Baker, man, she's a star, man. She's a star.
I'm going Dr. Britt Baker. I think it's her time. They've been doing everything to level her up, and people ain't talking about Shida like they talking about Baker.
Nah.
Just be real. So it's time. Let's talk about the Casino Battle Royale. The announced competitors that we have so far are Christian Cage, Matt Sydal, Powerhouse Hobbs, Penta El Zero Miedo, Jungle Boy, Matt Hardy, Mark Quinn, Isaiah Cassidy, The Blade, Evil Uno, Colt Cabana, that's hella people, shit.
Yeah.
Preston Vance, Griff Garrison, Brian Pillman Jr., Max Caster, Anthony Bowens, QT Marshall, Nick Comoroto, Dustin Rhodes, Lee Johnson, and a few other surprises to be announced.
See, that damn...
TBA, right?
Yeah, that TBA just kills me, dude.
Okay, so I'm going to say, I personally think that a surprise entrant is going to win, and it's going to be a former released WWE superstar.
That's not a bad look.
Whenever they do stuff like that, it has to be a big surprise. Double or Nothing is one of their biggest shows. We're going to be there in the theater. I think they're good for a good surprise.
I'm going to go Christian Cage.
Christian?
I'm going to go Christian.
Okay.
I think Christian, if he does lose, it'll be because he's the last man standing type thing.
Okay. How about the Pinnacle versus the Inner Circle in the Stadium Stampede match?
This I cannot wait for. I am going to go with... I'm going to go with Inner Circle.
I'm going with Inner Circle with this one because with the stipulation of Inner Circle breaking up if they lose, I don't see them breaking up the Inner Circle yet. I think there's too much money in that group. Yes, they just lost the Blood and Guts, so that gives me more reason to believe that they're going to want some sort of revenge. There has to be some sort of like I hate to say it, but wrestling is so 50-50 booking that, they can't take that huge loss and then just take another loss like that.
Yeah, no, that you can't keep
because then where would Jericho and all them go from there?
Well, that's the thing. Do they become singles? You know what I mean?
Tags and all that stuff, which I'm actually cool with because I'd love to see Proud and Powerful, Santana Ortiz, just do more stuff as a tag team because they are legit one of the best tag teams in the world right now. I put Santana Ortiz, if they were in WWE, I put them almost at the Uso level. Like that's how much that I see them as a good team. If you've seen their stuff in TNA as LAX, those dudes are on fire.
I'm going Pinnacle.
Pinnacle?
I'm going Pinnacle.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Pinnacle because I think it's time that the Inner Circle break up so that way everyone can go do their own thing.
I'm with it.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to go with that.
Okay. Why don't we get into SmackDown, brother?
Wait a minute.
Oh. Was there anything else? We didn't talk about the big one.
I didn't get my pick. You got Kenny Omega.
Wait, we didn't talk about it yet. AEW Championship. Yeah. Kenny Omega versus Orange Cassidy versus Pac.
I'm going Pac.
Whoa.
I'm going Pac.
Tupac.
I think that Kenny Omega loses all his titles this summer.
Whoa, so it's starting now?
Yep.
You think this is the start?
Yep.
Okay. I like that you brought that up because there's been a lot of talk about the whole belt collector thing with Kenny Omega, and now that there's a vacancy in the IWGP Heavyweight Championship in New Japan, I think now is the perfect time for him to scoop up the New Japan Championship.
Why not? Makes sense.
So let him get that. So he has all of the major belts because I can't think of anything else. What else would he need to pull? Like he already has a major U.S. belt. He has two major U.S. belts because he has Impact and AEW. He's got AAA in Mexico.
Yep.
You got Japan. Like, what else? A UK belt? But even then, there's no major UK, there's progress. But yeah, no, there's nothing. There's nothing major in the UK like that. So, I mean, there's UK Rev Pro, but I don't know if they were really active. So, shout out if I'm wrong. I don't know.
I would just like to see him lose all the gold.
I think, you know what I want to see? I want to see Andrade be the person who does that. With the AAA shit. When they have their match in August for the AAA belt, I want to see Andrade get that belt.
I would love to see that. Go ahead. Okay. So wait a minute. Here's my question.
I think Kenny's going to keep it.
If Pac wins, he gets all those belts.
No.
Okay, he only gets the
AEW belt. Yeah.
So okay, Pac wins, he gets the AEW belt. Andrade wins, he gets the AAA belt.
Yeah.
And then
so with Impact Wrestling, the people that are the top contenders right now is Moose, who's this huge dude.
Right.
He hasn't re-signed with Impact yet, so we don't really know what's going to happen with that. But even with then, if there was somebody that were to beat him in Impact, I think it would be Moose or Chris Bay. Those are the top guys right now that are they have all the skill. Check out Chris Bay when you can. To our Jabroni fam, this dude has all the swag. He's a cooler version of Kofi Kingston. They have a very similar look, similar moveset. But this dude's very cool.
Is Moose one of the to be announced?
No, Moose is... Shit, I think he's under contract for another month.
Okay.
But that would be dope if he was a to be... If he was the guy in the Casino Battle Royale, that'd be dope. That would be dope. Because, Moose is a... I wasn't high on Moose earlier, But when I saw he's had great matches with Bobby Lashley, the dude, like, he's good.
No, he is good.
He's
I have
really
seen him
good. He's really good.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm going to go with Pac, man. I'm going to go with Pac. This is going to be the summer of Omega losing everything.
Yeah, okay, man. We got. You know what I love about this? We see things completely different, and we still can, like, put on, like, hot takes. Like, this is dope.
No, because our show is dope.
You know what was dope, man? Friday Night SmackDown. Let's get straight into the shits, man.
Yo, okay, so I only saw a little bit of this stuff.
Okay.
But what I really liked was Aleister Black.
Aleister Black is back, baby.
Yeah.
He cost Big E the Intercontinental Championship in the main event in a Fatal 4-Way. He hit Big E with a black mass, and pretty much Apollo Crews came in, got the rest.
Yeah, and I'm okay with this. I heard that his wife might be returning and possibly being, with him now.
Ooh.
So I'd like to see that.
We talking about Zelina Vega, in case y'all are unaware.
Zelina Vega. I would love to see that. So that'd be dope.
You know what I love to see? The Usos getting back together, man.
Me too.
It's been announced that they're going to have their first tag team match, and it will be against the Street Profits of all people. That is money. That is fire. That is going to be a banger.
I will be watching.
If the two will be on the same page. That is the only issue.
I saw this, and I instantly got hyped. Finally.
Let me ask you this, Bush. Will the Usos be able to work together, or will Jay continue to be Roman's bitch?
They will not be able to work together. And I feel like Roman will come down during the match, right when they look like they're about to win, and
pull the plug.
He won't do anything physical. It'll just be a distraction.
So where's this going, though, storyline-wise? Like,
it's going to Hell in a Cell.
You sticking by that take, huh?
I'm going with it. It's going to Hell in a Cell. Because this is what I want to see.
Well, we talk a little bit more about Roman. So Roman had his championship celebration, and instead of talking about his own accomplishments, he states that he's humble and he wants Paul to do it for him. Paul brags about Roman, but Roman wants his cousin Jimmy to come out and acknowledge him. Now, Cesaro comes out and he challenges Roman to a match at Hell in a Cell. He's blindsided by Seth Rollins, and Seth Rollins beats the shit out of Cesaro. I'm talking like gave him a couple hood stomps. You know what I mean? He had to be separated by the referees, and he's taken to the back. And we think all's good and well in the hood. Nope. Rollins comes right back out, delivers one more stomp for the town.
For the town. Had to
represent one time. And that was it. Like, Cesaro was taken away. I don't know what they're doing with Seth Rollins and Cesaro and Roman, where that play is it going to lead to a triple threat? Is it going to lead to something else? But, I'm digging what I'm seeing.
You know what? I like the fact that it's Cesaro and Seth. You know what I mean? I'm not mad at that, because Cesaro, you've already lost. You lost clean. Roman doesn't need to face you no more. Really, he doesn't need to.
Not at all.
Seth is still mad that he
But I want to see more of them, because they actually... I want to see a triple threat.
I'm here for that triple threat.
But it's like, where does that play? Because I feel that's still like an unfair thing against Cesaro, because Roman and Seth clearly shield ties, and unless it plays into we see more with Seth Rollins attacking Roman.
I'm just like, damn, man, this man Roman has been just going at the three-way battles left and right now.
True.
You know what I mean? Like,
true.
Stacking bodies and beating everybody.
I don't know what they're doing with the story, and I think that I think there might be like Jimmy versus Jay in Hell in a Cell.
I could see that too. That could happen.
I could see that.
That probably is going to happen. I mean, I don't know, man. You can go either way. Go either way. There's a three-way. There's a three-way coming though.
We had Roman versus Jay. And Jimmy had to come out, and he was the one that stopped it.
Yeah.
Or it was Jimmy came out to help, and Roman attacked Jimmy and forced Jay to quit. Some shit like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And, yeah. He's like, no, don't do it. I acknowledge you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what's gonna happen, man. I know that there's gonna be a three-way battle, one way or another.
Okay.
There has to be, because even when Seth looked at Roman in the ring, and they went eye to eye,
that was some deep foreshadowing.
And I saw that and was like, yo, okay, first off, Seth is hella tall.
So maybe Money in the Bank, maybe, yeah.
First off.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Seth is really tall. and he's eye to eye with Roman, and Roman was made to be the big dog. And, that's, yeah, like, it has to happen. But Then you see Roman walk away. The same kind of thing here, like, yo, I challenge you. Then I get beat up. And Roman just kind of is there.
Yeah.
Like, just watching, like, go ahead. Like, of course you're going to challenge me. I'm the dude. I don't know, man. It's confusing. There's a lot of family drama. There's a lot of family drama.
You know what? So I don't know if you saw this part, but my dude Shinsuke now has his own guitar player. Rick Boogs, formerly of NXT, is now coming out, and it looks like they're teaming up together. He played Nakamura's interest song and later distracted Baron Corbin in the match. Will Shinsuke be the next King of the Ring?
He has to do something because he feels like he's out of place right now.
He stole Corbin's his crown and is now rocking it. He's taking pictures on Instagram. He's like pouring gas. He's out here sitting with his cat. Like he's going surfing with it. Like
yeah, I would too. Shit, give me a crown right now. I got you. Not no Burger King crown. Don't be doing that bullshit.
We need some real emeralds in our shit.
Yeah, some emeralds. Yo.
Real rubies.
Yo. I'm dying.
But yo, I love this Rick Boogs, dude. So he used to be, I want to say, Eric Bugenheisen or something. I saw him on NXT. The dude is a former power lifter and bodybuilder. But dude, like
and he got legit skills on the guitar?
Yes, he played like an 80s rock star character, and he was a jobber. He had one match on NXT where he like got completely destroyed, but he came out and he during his entrance, they gave him a full entrance, and he did like an air guitar, and he was like, like dude he was going hella ham.
That's
and I remember,
awesome.
and this was maybe like 2 years ago, 2019, and I was like, yo, this dude's hella funny. Do something with him, please. And he's done nothing. And they finally, they've had him in a couple of the Old Spice commercials.
Old Spice commercials.
Yes.
Yes. Okay,
he's in the Old Spice commercials with Tozawa and like R-Truth.
Okay.
That's who that is. It's the same person.
That makes sense.
But he goes by Rick Boogs now, like Boogs. But dude's hilarious.
Good. I'm glad they're using him for this. And Shinsuke, like I said, man, it's been weird with this guy because like he is such a dope wrestler.
Yeah.
And he's just kind of like just there. So yeah, still the crown. You know what I mean? Do something with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is great.
I'm totally here for it. I've always been a big Shinsuke Nakamura fan. But overall, man, why don't we get into some of the end segments of the show? Why don't we talk about our best show of the week? Bush, who did you have, sir?
I'm gonna go with NXT.
NXT was your show of the week?
Yes. Definitely.
Man, that's a good choice. But for me personally, I got to go with Friday Night SmackDown. Okay. I love the storyline progression. I love the stuff with Seth Rollins and Cesaro. I love the Rick Boog stuff. We didn't even talk about the Bianca Belair segment earlier with Bayley. That was dope. Yeah, I love what they're doing with SmackDown. So overall, I want to say this week I was most engaged on SmackDown. I watched everything that they had. How about we do match of the week, sir?
Match of the week. I'm gonna go with Bronson and Gargano.
Oh, okay.
That was my favorite match of the week.
My match of the week personally was on AEW. It was that Max Caster, the Acclaimed versus John Moxley and Eddie Kingston.
I'm not mad at that.
Yo,
that's good.
Oral sessions.
I'm not mad at that.
That shit was dope. Wrestlers of the week, 1 through 3. Who did you have, sir?
I go with Kofi Kingston.
Okay. That's a good one.
Kofi's off the bat.
That's a very good one.
I'm gonna go with Bronson.
Bronson Reed. Okay.
Bronson Reed.
Damn, you're really good choices.
Yo, and for the last one, this one's gonna be a little difficult for me.
Okay.
I might have to go with homie from the Acclaim.
Max Caster.
Okay. Max Caster.
Yeah, man, you got some good choices.
They made it easy for me.
Yeah.
I mean, shout out to Toni Storm's match, too. That was a really good match on NXT.
She has a new finisher, dude.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
It's very good. Her and Zoe Stark, I didn't even mention that. Yo, it's a lot of fucking notes, guys.
No, there's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
Dude, the stuff that we ran through, we had 11 different news and rumors.
Yeah, we had a ton of stuff. So if you can't deal with that, that's what we got the Patreon show for, and we can go more in depth about stuff like that. That is our second show. We've been talking about starting that up, so let's put a little bit more information out there while we're on the subject.
Yeah.
If you guys want to see 2 extra shows a month, We are going to be doing a Patreon things, and they'll be like Patreon exclusive. So if you guys enjoy the free audio version and the YouTube version, we're going to keep that free, guys. And if that's all you want, cool. But if you guys want more from us, we're going to be opening up our Patreon. We'll have a few different levels of commitment. We're thinking something simple, maybe like $5 a month, $10 a month, $15 a month option. Here's what you can get. Maybe like 2 to 4 additional shows a week. If you guys want to see it in video or audio, we got you on both. We can even do more in-depth hip-hop stuff for you guys. We've already talked about that.
Yeah, we definitely have all kinds of shit we can break down on that.
Yeah, man. Discounts on events. Discounts on exclusive merchandise that you only get as a Patreon subscriber. We were even talking about, we talked about merchandise, doing that. Yeah, man, a private Discord so you can directly be involved with what we got going on. Some live Zooms. So if you want to do watch-alongs with us during the pay-per-views, like, you can be in the room with me and Bush. Yeah, I mean, and $5 a month, that's less than a cup of coffee, bruh.
Yeah.
Like, these Red Bulls.
Coffee.
These Red Bulls, I buy 2 of these. That's the Patreon.
Yeah.
Bam.
So
if you want to support a Jabroni, be a part of the Jabroni family, that's the things that we're more looking towards. We are live on Twitch when we do record this. So if you're not already on Twitch, be sure to lock in with us at Jabroni Bros Pod. Man.
Who was your wrestlers again?
My wrestlers of the week. I didn't even get to that because I was plugging these things, baby.
Yeah, no. Yo, man.
Wrestlers of the week. If I had to choose, I would go with. I gotta go Max Caster as well. Okay. I'm not trying to piggyback off what you said.
No.
But that shit was great. I'm going with Eddie Kingston because he ran for the Jordans and the socks.
Word.
And plus, you know what? I really like John Moxley and Kingston coming out to that Wild Thing song.
Good.
It is great. Like that is great. Okay, so I got 2 AEW people, so I gotta go WWE on this. Seth Rollins.
Okay.
Because you stomping the shit out of Cesaro. That made my day. like that shit was hilarious, man.
Wow.
It was like, that's the Rollins we need to see. And his development, I think that we're finally seeing like the Monday Night Messiah shit that they were trying to do, more developed with with now he's like the sleazy, like even thinking about how they're gonna have him dressed for the video game upcoming. Like, he wears a different suit every week. So like, what are you even gonna put him in?
He's definitely on some sleazy art bag type
car salesman. You know what I mean? Like, I really like what they're doing with Seth.
Greasy. He looks greasy.
Yes.
He looks greasy.
He's dripping all right. Dripping with grease.
Grease. Seth Grease Rollins. Seth Grease Rollins.
All right, folks. We're going to put a bow on the show. Be sure to follow us on all the social media. We're talking Twitter. We're talking IG, we're talking Twitch and Facebook. We don't have no followers on Facebook. I think maybe just Mondo. So if you guys are on Facebook, which everyone is, be sure to like Jabroni Bros Podcast, Jabroni Bros Wrestling Podcast, on Facebook, so you can be a part of the community with us.
Yo, the link is in our bio on our Instagram.
I like everything, dude. Our link tree has like everything.
Yeah. So.
Please be sure to leave us a 5-star review on your preferred streaming platforms. We're talking Spotify. We're talking Apple Podcasts. We're talking iHeartRadio. We're talking Pandora. We're talking TuneIn. Whichever you use to listen to us. And even go on YouTube. Subscribe to us, dude.
Yes, like and subscribe.
Support is so key right now in these early moments of the podcast. Like we said, we're going to be going to more shows. I plan on doing a ton of traveling, so I can give you guys like more exclusive blogs that'll be on the Patreon. And again, we're talking about SummerSlam. So, we might be able to do some media stuff, maybe get some interviews from actual wrestlers. So if that's what you guys are interested in, you have to support us now so we can get to those stages, okay?
Yep.
So I'm not just saying this because, hey, we need this. No. Necessary steps so we can go where we need to be. And you guys clearly see we got the talent for this shit. Let's push it to the moon.
To the moon.
All right, folks. Once again, I am Just Fresh.
And this is Monty Bush.
We will see you on episode 18. That is going to be our AEW Double or Nothing reaction, where we'll be live in the theater with fans. As always, fuck Hulk Hogan.
Yep.
And we'll see you on the next show.
Woo!
Peace.